take a 15-minute break, and we'll come back and conclude with the rest of the public comments. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. My name is Mitch Emerson. I'm from Dr. Phillips. Good morning or afternoon, Mayor and Commissioners. I just have a question surrounding the timing of the proposal. On Friday, February 21st, Commissioner Brummer released a memo outlining charter amendments that, if passed, will make drastic changes to the citizen initiative process in Orange County. In that memo, Commissioner Brummer points out the need to stop an avalanche of initiatives from being brought to the ballot. Just 2 days after Commissioner Brummer sends this memo to Mayor Jacobs, and on the same day it becomes public, 2 new initiatives were filed at the Supervisor of Elections office. One was filed by the former spokeswoman to the Orlando Orange County Expressway Authority, Lindsay Hodges, and one was filed by Tallahassee lobbyist Wayne Birch. Mr. Birch has had contact with the mayor's campaign treasurer in the past. My question is this. 2 new initiatives were filed on the very same day that Mr. Brummer's memo becomes public, and both seem to fit the argument outlined in the memo that the issues are not within the county's legislative purview. Was it just a perfect coincidence that these 2 happened to be filed on the very same day, or was there coordination that occurred? Something outside the public view, the same type of behavior that we witnessed with earned sick time in TextGate. One of the other times that this body has rejected citizens' voices, over 50,000 to be exact. I urge everyone and the press to look into whether there was in fact coordination on the timing of when these petitions were filed, and look into the connection between those that filed the petitions and the ones who proposed this very attack on democracy. And then since getting here, Mayor Jacobs, I read your memo this morning. If you truly oppose this, then exercise leadership and stop this from getting on the agenda. The county should not be wasting its time on politically motivated power grabs. Instead, I urge you to focus on, what you were elected for, creating jobs, helping the middle class, and education. If you are going to keep this off the agenda, as you stated earlier, in order to follow the rules, then why don't we follow the rules and have this charter amendment go to the Charter Review Commission, review the amendment, get it on the ballot, and have it held in an election that is on a presidential election year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Emerson. Before we break, let me address a couple of the questions or accusations. First of all, I know nothing about the fact, this is the first I've learned that there were 2 initiatives filed that same day. I think that probably deserves looking into. As far as Ms. Hodges, the idea that she would do this in some way to help me sounds a little bizarre, given the fact that I think she still blames me for her losing her job at the Expressway Authority. The other gentleman that was mentioned, I don't know that name. I don't know that I've ever met him. So absolutely zero coordination between me and whoever would have filed these, especially given the fact that I think that the direction of limiting public involvement in the petition process flies in the face of everything I've ever stood for and fought for, and I find it offensive. So to suggest that somebody is conspiring with me or my campaign to get that done, if anything, I would suggest that person might be conspiring against me. As far as following the rules, it is important to have an informed electorate. We do have a charter, and the charter does set up the rules. And in fact, the board can put things on the agenda, and they can call a special election. You may not like that. That might be a cause for another charter amendment to fix that. But that is in the charter. And in terms of exercising my responsibility as mayor, I think I've answered that question, and I fully intend to do that. What I will not do is do something that is improper as mayor. So we will have a full discussion, and I hope at the end of the day that by getting this out to the board members in advance, it might help to sway the will of the board in the direction I'd like to see it. We'll see how that goes. And we're going to take a break, and I think you're recognized in a few minutes.
Mayor,
Ms. Keir.
Mayor,
Yes.
if I might, with that gentleman's
Yes.
announcement was the first I've heard that there's been any subsequent, any any additional petitions filed after the one regarding partisan elections. So.
Yeah, I'm not aware of them, so I'm not sure what we're talking about. We'll take a 15-minute break, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to go look and see what petition amendments have been filed. Thank you. We'll be back in 15 minutes.